All right, let's just jump right in. For the past few years, we've all been working with this one big idea about AI. But what if that idea, the very foundation of how we think about AI's limits, is just wrong? This is the question that's changing absolutely everything. What if that weird pattern, AI being a genius at one thing and shockingly bad at another, isn't a permanent feature at all? What if it was just a bug in how we've been using it? I mean, we've all seen this, right? The jagged frontier. You ask an AI to write a beautiful poem, and boom, it spits out Shakespeare. Then you ask it to do something simple like count the number of words in a sentence, and it just falls flat on its face. That's been the reality we've all gotten used to.
And, this idea has literally shaped how companies build their products and how we decide what tasks to even give to an AI. It's been the main rule book. But what's becoming super clear now is that maybe we've been looking at the problem all wrong. Okay, so here's the big reveal. The jaggedness, that inconsistency, it's not a flaw in the AI's brain. It's a flaw in our method. It's an artifact, a side effect of how we've been interacting with it. Let's really break this down. For years, we've been treating AI like the world's smartest analyst. But imagine asking that analyst to solve a huge, complex problem, and you only give them 30 seconds, no coffee, no notepad, no internet, no do-overs. Of course the results are going to be jagged. This slide just lays it all out so perfectly. On the left, that's the old way. The one-shot, all-or-nothing request where one tiny mistake at the beginning dooms the whole thing. But on the right, that's how real, competent people get things done. We make drafts, we get feedback, we try things, we fail, and we iterate. We never solve hard problems in a single shot. So why were we demanding that from AI?
So, if the old way was broken, what's the fix? Well, the answer is something called a harness. And the proof that it works? Well, it came from a place nobody was really looking.
And get this, the big breakthrough didn't come from some massive AI lab with $1 billion budget. Nope. It came from a company called Cursor, and they were just focused on building better tools for coders. And what they pulled off, honestly, it should be a wake-up call for all of us. Okay, this is just insane. Their system, which was built to write code, took on a super hard math problem from top universities. And this problem was brand new, so no cheating. It couldn't just find the answer in its training data. The system ran totally on its own for 4 days straight. And not only did it solve it, it came up with a solution that was better than the one the human academics came up with. I mean, come on, a coding tool just outmathed MIT. And this is where it gets really big. As Cursor's CEO said, this hints that their method for organizing AI agents isn't just a one-trick pony for coding. What can't it do? Basically, if you can tell whether an answer is right or wrong, this kind of system could potentially work. So how on earth did they do it? The secret sauce wasn't a smarter AI brain. It was a better management structure for the AI. They built a team. You had planner agents, kind of like project managers breaking down the problem. You had worker agents that just focused on one small task at a time, and then you had a judge agent acting as quality control. And maybe most importantly, the whole system could hit the reset button on a task and start fresh, which totally sidesteps the old memory problems. Now, you might be thinking, cool story, but that's just one company, right? Well, no. This isn't just an interesting fluke. It's a pattern. It's something that's happening across the whole industry. This is the part that gives me chills. It wasn't just Cursor. You had Anthropic, Google DeepMind, OpenAI, all working in their own little bubbles, not talking to each other, all trying to solve these huge, complex problems. And they all, independently, landed on basically the same solution. Just look at this. You can see the pattern, clear as day. Google separates the thinkers from the checkers. Cursor has its planners and workers. The names are different, but it's all the same playbook. Break the work down. Give everyone a specific job to do. And look, this shouldn't be a huge surprise, right? This isn't some crazy new AI thing. This is exactly how we as humans get hard stuff done. We create teams, we have roles, we have handoffs, we have quality control. It's just good management. And it turns out it works for AIs too. So it all boils down to this. A 4-step process for tackling pretty much any hard problem, whether you're human or AI. Decompose, parallelize, verify, and iterate. That's the magic formula we've been using for centuries, and now we've taught it to machines. Okay, so let's bring this back down to earth. What does this all mean for you? For your job? For the skills you need to be building, like right now? This is where things get really interesting. You know, for the past couple of years, the big question on everyone's mind was this one. Can an AI write this email for me? Can it build this spreadsheet? Can it do my specific little task? But that's the wrong question now. The real question, the one you need to be asking yourself, is this. Can my overall job be broken down into smaller pieces where someone or something can check if each piece is done right? Because if the answer is yes, then these AI systems are coming for it. And that leads us to what might be the single most important skill for the next decade. It's a fantastic term, right? The sniff check. It's not about being able to do the work anymore. It's having the deep expertise to just look at what an AI produced and know, instantly, if it smells right. We're talking about the rise of these meta skills. It's not about executing a task, it's about evaluation, about having good taste, about using your judgment. As the cost of just doing stuff plummets to zero, the ability to judge the quality and direction of all that stuff becomes incredibly valuable. Let me say that again, because it's so important. Your value isn't in doing the work anymore. It's in knowing if the work is right. The money is shifting from the person who can build a spreadsheet to the person who can sniff check it and say, yep, that's correct. So that jagged frontier, it's not totally gone, but for pretty much all knowledge work, it is rapidly smoothing out. The era of weird one-off AI failures is ending, and the era of reliable, organized AI systems is here. The real question now is, are you ready? Are you ready to become a sniff checker?